Awesome. Guys, I'm so excited to be here with Luke B. We finally got to meet in person. Listen, I walked up yesterday and I'm like, I'm looking for Luke B. And he was like, that's me.
This guy.
Yeah. So you've been on the show before. We've done, a lot of phone calls, all that kind of stuff. So you guys are finally getting to see this beautiful face in person here at Howard's Cams. Guys, you know they're one of our segment sponsors of the news. Listen, we've got fun stuff that's happened all year. So many memes have come from this
So many
joint
memes.
I mean, sponsorship, partnership, whatever. Yeah, it's amazing to have met you because of this. Like, it's really been a lot of fun building a friendship. But then two, like, the stuff that's come from that has been awesome. But what you guys don't know is that I know we make fun and have a good time, but dude, like, this booth is awesome. I love this place, man. If you guys are in PRI, booth 3221, they've got like billet crankshafts over there. They've got pistons. They've got cam stuff everywhere. I don't even know what half of this stuff does.
Belt drives, billet rods, we got it all.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's cool. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can do all that kind of stuff. And you guys have a whole team of people. How many people are in the booth with you guys this weekend? Five people.
Yep. Plus we have the gentleman that makes the belt drives for us. They're actually from Australia. He is here with us this week too, which is super cool because we don't get to see him hardly ever. So.
Yeah. Well, there's no better reason to come to the U.S. than this.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
That's cool. Well, talk us through a little bit of we've heard your history and stuff, but let's give the people at home that are watching this because we're at PRI a little bit of recap, how long you've been at Howard's, what you do, what's when they call in or email, who are they talking to? What's going on?
So I have been at Howard's. PRI actually marks the start of year 3 for me. So PRI was my interview and my start date essentially. So 2 years ago, PRI showed up for the first one and did I think a day and a half in the booth here, and now I'm stuck here for a whole week every single time talking to all you people.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So many of these people, like you said, we don't get to see except for this event or SEMA or stuff like that. But yeah, so when you call Howard's, you might get me. I am the last one to answer the phone usually because I do a lot of our order processing. I handle a lot of in-house stuff, all of our social media.
Yep.
So you might get Kirk, Owen, Brian, or Eric. They're pretty much our top guys. So any one of them can help you. If you want somebody that is crazy about drag and drive to help you out, I'm the guy you want to talk to because I get so excited about this stuff. Anything we can do to make your belt train better, live longer. As anybody that's done these events knows, belt train is the killer.
Yeah, and that's one thing that has come so far in the last few years. I would say probably the last 10 years, valve train technology, even down to lobe development and how things are moving around. That's drag and drive has probably pushed that a little bit for a lot of manufacturers simply because guys need something that's not 100% all out 100% of the time. We need things that'll idle at a McDonald's parking lot at 3 a.m.
Well, I mean, even in the last 2 to 3 years, things have gotten so nuts. I mean, I spent time in Arizona with Ben Strader at EFI University, and he is, I mean, you just said we want something that idles in a McDonald's parking lot and drives okay. Well, we're getting to the point that we can do that max effort crazy stuff and have it live on the street. He's put together a Godzilla engine that he has had on the Spintron at over 9,000 RPMs. And it's going to be a stick shift, drag and drive, 60s Mustang, and it doesn't kill springs. It just doesn't kill lifters, it lives. So the technology is there. It takes a long way and a lot of math to get to those points, but that's why people like me and him exist, is to learn all this and help you guys figure out how to do that at home. You might not want to go 9,000 RPMs, but if you can put a hydraulic roller in and a good set of lifters and the right springs and never pull the valve covers off in a week, or what was the events this year? A guy with 7 events or 8?
8.
Doing 8 events without pulling the valve covers. I mean, that's cool. That's what you want to hit. So.
Well, and because then that gives you the opportunity. You're not working on your maintenance all the time. You're not having to pull all that stuff back apart because then a lot of that, the engine's got to come out and it takes time. With 33 events in 2023, you don't have time to do that. If you're going to do 8 events, think about that. We're in December, so you can take December out. There's no event in January except for the end sick week now for this year. So there's 10 months of event space, and he did 8 of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. That kind of schedule is harder than a lot of pro racers.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're racing for a week, you're making passes every day, all that stuff. So let's talk about, like, how much stuff is generally kept in stock, and how much compared to how much custom stuff you guys do.
Yeah, so in stock is a funny word these days. As anybody knows, supply chain has been horrible. It's getting better. It's getting much, much better. Our in-stock inventory for blank cams, so unground cores that's already heat treated, ready to go, just put in a CNC, grind it up, send it out the door. That inventory is fantastic right now. We're set up really well. We have a couple things we're missing, but for the most part, drag and drive, we're talking about small big block Chevy, LS, small block Ford, all that stuff we're pretty well set up.
That's awesome.
So a lot of stuff we can do with stock shelf grinds, which we have very good stock of. But if you always want to get that little extra out of it, you do a custom too. You're going to be waiting for it a little bit, but now's the time to call us and order something like that, or at least talk to us to get something in the works.
Yeah. You mean like if they're here at PRI, they come by booth 3221
Yep.
in the yellow hall and see you guys and have that conversation. So what is some, obviously we're LS guys. Eric runs an 815 LS6 swaps page. I have 2 LS swap car. What I mean? Like the LS is obviously doing that, but what is something that you guys are seeing more of, like LT stuff, Gen 3 Hemi stuff?
Gen 3 Hemi stuff seems to, it's been at this like very stagnant climb, but I just keep seeing more and more of them pop up.
Yeah.
I do enjoy working on them because they do make really good work for what they are. The junkyards just need to quit being so stingy on them.
Yeah.
Let us people have the way cheaper.
That's right.
Godzilla has been a project that we've been working on for about a year and a half, year and a quarter now. So we're working through some machine issues with setting up the cam to actually grind it. So as soon as that's done, we'll be able to do those for people, and it's going to be really fun. But LT motors, they're out there, but it seems like the new thing with the LT is putting LS heads on them, which requires a different camshaft. But as that starts to pick up, that might be something we start looking at, because I mean, the new 5.3 is the 6.6 LT, so it's a lot more cubic inch for money.
Yeah.
So if you have an LS, it's a direct swap with a couple little weird changes. And
That's a great point, and we're seeing a lot of people that'll take it. They're putting like LS style, injector, like a injector intake manifold on, so it has like a regular injector. The whole engine thinks it's an LS anyway. So we're seeing a lot of that. So it's interesting. I had not thought about if they're swapping to like an LS head, which is obviously going to be less expensive at this point. LT stuff will come around, but it's going to be less expensive because it's been out there longer. But to have to change the camshaft, I would have never even thought about that.
Yep.
But yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, and just not having to drive the high pressure fuel pump opens up a lot, just because those pumps really aren't working. You have to invest a lot to make that work and get the fuel systems out of them.
That's crazy. Wow, that's interesting. Well, let's talk about some of the stuff you've got here. Obviously, catalogs. I want you guys to understand, print is not dead. This is a huge catalog.
We have a brand new catalog going to print on the 16th, so a bunch of
Look
new
at all-
stuff, whole new line of cams coming out from us every engine.
Look at all the different, just in 4.7 swap steel billet roller camshafts for big block Chevrolet Mark IV. This is crazy data that typically would take you would almost have to have the internet to do that, because you need that web page that can provide that data, but you can get it right here.
Yeah, everybody thinks they need a custom cam, but then they don't realize that. I mean, if you call us and are looking for an LS cam, we have almost 100 different grinds.
Wow.
So, do you really need a custom grind?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
And you can have your car ready for the next event compared to waiting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not talking about times here, but let's say it's either 4 to 8, 6, 12 weeks, whatever the wait is, to get something custom cut. You can have it in and running and ready.
Yeah, we have one of our dealers ship it to you overnight.
Yeah. And so that's what I was going to ask next. So you guys are more technical stuff, and then if somebody is ready to buy, what do they do?
Yep, so we're structured a little bit different than a lot of companies. If you would like to buy from us, we do everything through our entire dealer network. So our big ones would be Jigs, Summit, competition products. If you're a wholesaler, obviously you know about people like Liberty Engines, Motor State, Motorville. So any of those people out there are definitely your go-to. We do have a couple drag and drive guys that are a little bit more situated as far as doing tuning services and building cars for people that have talked to me today even about getting accounts set up for them.
Yes.
So if you want to keep everything within the drag and drive community, we'll be talking about that either with those people or posting on our Facebook page in the coming weeks about who in the drag and drive community is now a dealer for us.
Wow, that'd be great, man. We would love to know that. And so, obviously we'll be talking about that. We're gonna talk about all the stuff that's coming, because there's a lot for drag and drive, and I think companies are beginning to make their way around. It took almost 20 years now, but drag and drive is here. I mean, like 30 events this year, 30 plus events this year, and having companies like this being a part of it only helps the sport grow, because you guys are huge. You've been around a long time. I mean, you have a knowledge bank within the people that are just here, but also the people at the facility everywhere. I mean, because you guys do your own cutting, you do all that stuff, and anytime you can call and talk to somebody with that kind of knowledge, it's a huge win.
Yeah, the two gentlemen standing to my right here, Eric and Robert, their experience in the industry is longer than I've been alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Those guys have seen some camshaft changes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, what kind of stuff? I mean, do you guys have like some show specials? Do you have some things that people can look at? I guess you probably don't if you do a dealer.
Yeah, we don't have show specials, but one of the big things that we brought this year is our TrackSmart rods. So these are Forge 4340 H-beam rod that are more of a budget rod for people, but we are having extremely good luck with them. As far as holding up and everything. So these are a super good option. They're in that $600 to $700 range.
Awesome.
Which is money for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Offer them for all the big stuff. I don't think we have them for small block Ford yet, which being a Ford guy myself is kind of a kicker. We're working on that, but LS guys, you're there. Small block Chevy, big block Chevy, you guys are all there too.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
that, and then we do have a similar design in billet, and I have a drag and drive customer in Canada that bought 2 sets of those going together for a new car, and that thing's probably going to be 16 to 2,000 horsepower.
What?
So that tells you what kind of power the rods will pull.
Yes.
We have a billet crankshaft on the table to my left here. I have a customer that has had a 4,000 pound car go bottom 8s, like 8-1. The car's been together for 4 years and
That's great.
Wow. Very stout, very favorite stuff, so everybody sees how it pans and they forget that they make a bunch of billet parts.
Yeah. That's really cool. So where can they find you? I mean, obviously you're on, what social medias do you run, and then where can they find you on the website?
So when you go on Howard's Cam's Facebook page or Instagram page and you message in or comment, you're talking to me. I run all that stuff. So if you're looking to get to me directly, that's a pretty easy way. If you're looking for me personally, my Instagram is Luke B, Speed and Service. A lot of my own little projects on there and kind of behind the scenes of what people in this industry do with my free time. So, I mean, I have a drag and drive truck going together as well, stick shift, turbo small block Ford.
Dude, you're an animal. That truck is so cool. And tell us that story. So it's a Ford Ranger, but like back up year model, how long you had it, all that stuff.
Yeah, so I got that truck. I graduated early from high school, but I was technically still in high school. Crashed a vehicle, lost my insurance. All I could afford was a $500 pickup. I bought a 91 Ford Ranger, regular cab, short box, 4-cylinder, stick shift. Wouldn't go 80 mile an hour downhill with a kill. And drove the truck for years and years and years, and eventually it just became a thing that I decided to do something with it. And took it down to bare frame and made a race car.
It's going to be gnarly now. It's a lot of fun. Like you said, stick shift, turbo, small block Ford. I mean,
full interior, air conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So obviously some things are coming up. You've got drag and drive on your mind. Like, are we going to see maybe the trucking you out in like 2024, 2025?
We'll see about this year. We got some things coming around this year that might prevent me from being out in the community too
You
much.
mean because you're so busy with all of this? Like, dude, like
Yeah.
you and I talk often. I can't imagine what like a real big customer actually conversates with you.
Yeah, that. And, I mean, obviously, advancing us in the industry takes training and time and going to courses. So I'll be doing some of that this year. More trade shows and just life in general. I mean, it's gonna be busy this year. Yeah.
Yep.
But 2025 for sure, the truck will be out.
Yes.
Might see the truck on a street near you, possibly this summer at some point.
Yeah, you
but-
got to get some testing in. You know, you
Yep.
got to make sure that gears change and clutches leave and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So, and we have some lobes on the cam in that truck that we really don't do a whole lot with, but they're pretty interesting lobes. So, might be seeing some 75 to 8,000 RPM hydraulic roller stuff out of that truck.
Wow, that's a bunch.
So, yeah. So, there'll be cool video content with that thing
Yeah.
that's out there soon.
That's cool. Well, thank you very much for doing this. Guys, we are going to hang out here for a little while. I mean, probably another 20 or 30 minutes. We're going to hang out here. I see Bank Shift Billy right over there. We may sneak over there and say hi to him. But guys, come by booth 3221. If not right now, sometime this weekend, please come by. Talk to Luke B. Talk to one of the guys. Or do you have any girls working the booth this weekend?
Nope.
Yep, one of the guys in the Howard's Cams booth here in the Yellow Hall, 3221. All right, guys, thanks a bunch.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome.